Hi guys, welcome. My name is Heather Jones. I am the #1 intuitive teacher. And you guys, I come on live every day because I got to teach truth. I'm here to teach and spread truth because we have been lied to. We have been lied to for a very, very, very long time. And we have been taught to silence our truth. We have been taught to silence the #1 thing out of everything in this entire world that you need to remember is your gift. And it's been silenced. So if intuition wasn't real, they wouldn't have spent centuries teaching you to doubt it. So you guys, I am the #1 intuitive teacher, and I teach people how to tap back into their intuition. You guys, this is the #1 gift. If you learn how to master, it is game over. Anything that you have ever wanted to know, any question you have ever had about your health, about wealth, about relationships, lies within you. You guys, and that is your gift. So if you're just now following me, you guys, or just now joining, make sure you follow me. Do not lose me. This information, right, took me over 10 years and over $15,000 in certifications to learn, right? These keys that I teach for free all tie into your intuition. And I have worked with some of the top psychics, healers, right? Tony Robbins, all those people. And I will tell you what they all have in common is they know how to get answers for themselves. They know how to tap into their intuition and get instant answers. And so the reason why you are struggling, the reason why you're broke, why you're sick, okay, why things aren't happening for you is because you have forgotten how to listen to your intuition to get answers for yourself. So key #1, you guys, I go through the 7 keys for free. Key #1 is that you have been lied to. You have been taught to silence your truth. You have been taught that pain is the enemy. You guys, pain is just the secret language of the body. Pain is the messenger trying to tell you that there is something not wrong. How else can God, can higher self, communicate with us that something is not right unless we feel like there's something wrong? So if you are ready to stop silencing the #1 gift that God has given you, if you are ready to step into your power, make sure you follow me. Make sure you stay and listen. These keys are transformational. I have helped hundreds of people across the entire globe go from a 10-10 pain to a 0 pain in literal seconds. I've helped people overcome their money blocks, make money instantly. Why? How? Because I teach them how to remember how to use their intuition. So if you do not know how to get a yes or a no, if you do not know how to ask and receive instantly within seconds and know what the answer is for you, then you need to stay here because I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. So you guys, key #1, your body speaks to you. Your body literally communicates to you. You have a gift from God, okay? Some people call it intuition. Some people call it Holy Spirit. I don't care what you call it. The truth is that you have it. You have access to it right now. But you have been taught to silence that. You have been taught to gaslight your own truth. How do I know this? Because that's the #1 thing I deal with when I do one-on-ones, when I work with people. They say, well, I don't know. I don't know. That is my biggest pet peeve is when people say, I don't know, because that is the biggest lie. You do know. You know exactly what you need to do, how you need to do it, what you need to do to heal yourself, okay? To overcome the money blocks. So, key #1, you guys, you got it? You have a gift. You have a gift of intuition. Your body tests with a 99.9% accuracy, which means your body is a literal instrument. Hey, stars. You guys, welcome in. Come on in. We're going to jump into the keys. I'm only on for an hour and a half. In that hour and a half, I'm going to teach you everything that you need to know to reclaim your power. These are things that have been silenced intentionally. Okay, these are things that the highest level of spiritual gurus teach, but it comes with a hefty price. Okay, most of these things are behind paywalls. Okay, thousands of dollars of certifications to learn these things. How do I know? Because that's what I did. And so I teach these things for free. I teach the keys for free. I teach you a way how to tap into your intuition for free. So if you want to learn, stick around, make sure you're following me, make sure you hit the like button, share this video, share, share, share. So key #2, we're going through the 7 keys, okay? We're on key #2. Hi from the Mexican cartel. Hi from the Mexican cartel. Hey Val, how you doing, buddy? So you guys, key number 2 is if there is something physically wrong with you. Okay, this is key number 2. If there is something physically wrong with you right now, your body is just trying to communicate where the pain is coming from. So if you have a 10-10 pain right now, it's physical, your body will tell you exactly what it is. And it's only going to be one of these 3 things, okay? It could be multiple, but it's going to fall under parasites, toxins, or nutrient deficiencies if you test yes for physical. Oh, M. Shaw, we'll talk about that. So if you are physically sick, you have cancer, you have Hashimoto's, you have chronic fatigue, you have indigestion, you have skin issues, you're overweight. Okay, if you have any of these physical ailments, your body will tell you exactly why you have those problems. It'll tell you exactly if you have a parasite, it'll tell you exactly if you have a toxin or a nutrient deficiency. J Bear, I've been loving learning this and I've been clearing a lot of stuck emotions, but now I'm stuck on... Gotta let us know. So you guys, I will tell you something that is so true. It's the most true thing that you will ever hear. Your intuition, okay, can literally test with a 99.9% accuracy. So it looks like this. When I ask my pain what it is, my body will tell me. And I use the 7 keys to unlock truth, okay? So if I test yes for physical, I'm going to ask, is it a toxin, a parasite, or a nutrient deficiency? Then I'm going to ask my body, if it says yes to a parasite, which parasite? Then I'm going to ask my body, how do I clear this parasite 90 to 100%? Do I need food? Do I need supplements? Do I need a detox? Do I need a cleanse? Do I need an emotional release? My body is going to tell me. Your body will tell you. So I've worked with hundreds of people who have healed themselves. You can heal yourself. Your body knows how to heal itself. Hey, Nay. Okay, check your spam. If you got it, check your spam. Look under Truth Code or Heather Ashley Jones. Okay? So if you clicked out of it and you can't find it again, you guys look in your spam. Look under Heather Ashley Jones or the Truth Code. So you guys, key number 3. If you have ever experienced, and I know you have because we have come to this earth to experience trauma and trials, we have. Hey, Lisa. Yes, I'm so excited for you to be here, Queen. So if you have ever experienced sexual trauma, which statistically in the United States, 1 in 4 women will experience sexual abuse before the age of 18. 1 in 4. Okay? For men, it's not as often, but I believe it is. I just think men do not report it as often as women. If you have ever experienced physical abuse, okay? If you have ever experienced spiritual, religious, emotional abuse or trauma, you are in the right place because your body has been trying to tell you how to heal this. Your body has been trying to, for years, help you release this trapped emotions, these trapped traumas. But the problem is we have been taught to silence our truth. And it looks like this. When you were born, you were told by your parents to shut up, listen to me, I am the boss, it is my way or the highway, okay? Then you go into a public school system that tells you, shut up, be quiet, I'm the teacher, it is my way or the highway. Then we go into our religious, right, buildings where we are taught that I am the way. I know more than you. It's through me to get to God, okay? And so we are gaslit multiple times throughout our life to silence our intuition, to doubt the number 1 gift that we have been given. And so now we're 30 and we're 40 and we're 50 and we're 60, and we do not even know how to receive spiritual downloads. We do not even know when God is speaking to us or when our higher self is speaking to us or when our saboteur brain is speaking to us, right? So I am teaching you how to reconnect and remember your gift because it is the number 1 thing that will set you free. I have worked with hundreds of people across the entire globe. Okay, I have worked with psychics, mediums, doctors, nurses. I have certified under the same training that Tony Robbins teaches for $350,000 for a week, right? Took me a year to certify for breakthrough. I certified with the number 1 psychic medium in the world. I certified with David Key. I certified with the top mentors, Onami, okay? And the number one thing that I recognize that people just aren't getting is your intuition already knows. So if you have experienced these type of traumas, your body's going to tell you. So when I was a child, you guys, when I was 3 and I was 4 and I was 5 and I was 6 and I was 7, I was physically abused. I experienced sexual abuse. I experienced spiritual trauma. Okay? I was attacked by demonic entities. So as a child, I did not have the mental capacity, nor did you. Yay, you ordered Cut the Crap? Yes. You guys, yay, nay, I'm glad you found it. So you guys, as a child, anywhere from the ages of 0 to 25, your brain is not fully developed. Okay, your brain is not fully developed. This means that you do not have the mental capacity to recognize or tell yourself the truth about those experiences. So when you were a child and you experienced these traumas, you decided something that was wrong about you. It's distortion. There were lies. So when I was a little girl, I decided that I was not good enough. I decided that I was not worthy enough. I decided that nobody was going to protect me and I had to protect myself. And so for the rest of my life, right, I lived according to that. So how do you think a little girl shows up when she feels she's unworthy of love or not good enough, right? She attracts toxic relationships. She attracts people into her life that treat her like garbage, okay? So now as an adult, your body is showing up things, painful things. It's not always physical. Sometimes it's patterns and loops and situations. And you're like, why do I always find myself in these toxic situations? It is because you have not gone back to that situation and told yourself the truth. It is because the messenger is trying to tell you what's wrong and you've silenced the messenger, you guys. You have silenced the messenger. You have silenced your truth. And when you silence your truth long enough, you forget. And that is why I am here, is to help you remember. Because the truth is, as I work with way too many women who've been abused. Okay? Way too many. And the problem with that, it's not necessarily the abuse, it's because the abuse has silenced them so much that every time they silence their truth, they put a part of their light out. They put their light out. And you guys, this is what God means when he says, do not put your light under a bushel. Because if you put your light under a bushel long enough, you'll put your light out. You will literally put your own light out. And this light that you're hiding, that is your life force. And the messenger is trying to tell you there's something wrong here. We got to fix it. And it shows up in pain, chest pain, head pain, neck pain, back pain, chronic fatigue, Hashimoto's, cancer. You guys, you just silenced the messenger. The messenger never went away. The messenger just got louder and louder until you're finally forced to deal with it. But here's the problem. You go to the doctors because you have this chronic pain. You have cancer. You have fibromyalgia. You have Hashimoto's. They're not going to ask you if you've been sexually abused or physically abused or if you have generational trauma or spiritual trauma, okay? No, what they're going to do is they're going to put you on a bunch of painkillers and medications that are going to continue to silence the messenger. The messenger doesn't go away. She just gets louder and louder and louder. So you guys, I'm here to teach you how to listen to the messenger, okay? This is your intuition. You can know exactly what's wrong with yourself. You can heal yourself in literal seconds with this information. You do not have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars of certifications to learn this information like I did. You don't have to do that, okay? So we're going through the keys, okay? Key number 1, your body speaks to you. You have a messenger. That is key number 1. You have to start remembering. You guys, you have to stop silencing your truth and seeking for everything externally. Stop seeking external validation for what you already know is true for yourself in here, okay? Key number 2 is it could be physical. I'm not saying that everything's spiritual. It could be physical. Yes, Donna. But if it's physical, it's either going to be a parasite, a toxin, or a nutrient deficiency. It could be multiple parasites, toxins, or nutrient deficiencies, but your body's going to tell you. And you guys, in my $27 guide, I teach you the charts, how to use them. If it's a parasite, which parasite? If it's a toxin, which parasite? If it's a nutrient deficiency, what nutrient deficiency? And then I'm not going to just play a guessing game and go to the store and buy what I think my body wants. I'm going to ask my body, what do you want to heal this? Do you want food? Do you want a supplement? Do you want an energy release, right? We talk about frequencies, okay? How do you know if it's physical? You ask. Your intuition will tell you, right? I teach you how to get your yes and your no. Your body literally speaks to you. They have proven this. Doctors and scientists have proven, okay? Yes, exactly. Also, emotional stuff causes the deficiencies. That's why when I test for a toxin or a nutrient deficiency or a parasite, I ask, what do I need? What do I need? Your body will tell you with a 99.9% accuracy. Your body will say, guess what, Heather, you have a parasite. Guess what, it's a liver fluke. Guess what, your body wants an emotional release and your body wants to do this detox. This will clear it to the root cause. How long do I need to take this, body? 3 months. Cool. After 3 months, I will test. Okay? Heather's like, how? So you guys, I teach you how in my $27 guide. Okay? I give you the keys for free. I give you the keys for free to how to know what to test. Every single thing is in the keys. Okay? Muscle testing is one thing that you can do. Yes, you can use the muscle testing. I'm certified in kinesiology. I hate muscle testing. You're not testing your muscles. Your muscles are responding to your intuition. Okay? The system that I teach you in my $27 guide is the same system I learned in Innerwise in Germany. It is the fastest, easiest way to test yes or no. But if you already have a system that you use where you can get a yes or a no, right, through kinesiology, this will work. The keys will just help you get there quicker. So let's go to the next key, okay? We already talked about emotional trauma. That is the third key, emotional. Yes, Lisa, I'm so excited. So if you have ever experienced physical, sexual, emotional, spiritual, or religious trauma, any of those things, which I know you have because we've come here to learn those things. And if you have not healed those things, right? If you have not gone back to that little person, that little you is still broken, okay? She needs you. He needs you to go back and tell the truth about what happened to you. Because the truth is that you believed something totally wrong about yourself. You did not have the mental capacity to tell yourself the truth. And so now as an adult, we have to go back and we have to heal those parts, right? We have to tell ourselves the truth. So let's go to the next key. 1, 2, 3, 4. Generational trauma, you guys. Generational trauma. This is a real thing. This has been proven through epigenetics. Scientists have proven this, that you can have fears, phobias, sicknesses, and diseases passed down generationally, multi-generations back from your mom and your dad. So what does this look like? You might be sitting here right now and you have really weird fears or phobias and you don't know where they come from, okay? You might be dealing with sicknesses or diseases that were passed down generationally. You might have fear of money. You might not be making money because you have generationally been programmed to fear money or that money is evil. And you're like, why can't I make any of this money, right? You might have generational blocks around money. Crazy. Your body will tell you. Your body will tell you exactly why you have these blocks. If you guys want to make thousands of dollars, if you guys want to become financially free, get the keys. Because I have used the keys to set myself up for free too. But here's the thing, okay? Was it a lot of work? Yeah, because I had to learn and understand and recognize why I wasn't making the money I wanted to make, okay? And the keys told me. A lot of it was generational. A lot of it was emotional trauma around money, right? Growing up poor, poverty. There's a lot of limiting beliefs that we can grow up with that we need to clear in order to bring the money in. Let's go to the next key. Who's loving these keys, by the way? So I'll tell you guys something. I'll tell you a little bit about generational trauma. So my dad, right, very physically abused. His dad used to make him and his 2 brothers go and collect cans, right? They'd make a nickel. They'd use that nickel to buy a loaf of bread. And then they would eat that loaf of bread for the whole day. Okay, my dad, an amazing man. I love my dad. Okay. Was he broken inside? Yes. Did he physically abuse me? Yes. But that is the only way he knew how. Okay, I do not blame my abusers because I recognize People who hurt people are hurt inside. They're broken. So my dad learned from personal experience, right? He was beat horrifically by his dad. At 4 years old, he had to go sell flowers on the side of the freeway in LA to make money. They would bring that money home. His dad would use it to go buy beer. My dad's dad went to war, extreme PTSD, saw things that he should never have seen in war, came back a broken man. Okay? Men generationally do not have the tools they need to deal with emotional trauma because they are taught to silence all of their pain. Because if you cry, you're not a man. If you have emotions, you're not a man. You guys, this is what creates broken little boys. And so you have broken little boys trying to be men and they don't know how. And so they project onto their children. And so there is a generational cycle of men projecting on men. Okay? They were unhealed. Then I have my beautiful mom, my sweet mom. Love my mom. Okay? She was sexually abused. Her mom was sexually abused. In fact, her mom, also very horrible upbringing, right? Abused by her stepdad. Told her mom, hey, this is what happened to me. Her mom, which is my great-grandmother, smacked her in the face and said, don't you dare lie. My grandma's mother, right? The one who smacked her. She was sexually traumatized. She was an alcoholic. You guys, there is systemic generational traumas that get passed down. So here I am, a little girl who has broken parents doing the best they can, right? My dad physically beats me. My mom's doing the best she can. She ends up leaving. She can't take it anymore. I'm 6 years old. My mom abandons me. Here I am, 6 years old with a world on my shoulders, being abused. And so this is what generational trauma can look like. This is what emotional trauma can look like. But as a child, you do not have the mental capacity to tell yourself the truth. So you create beliefs about yourself that are wrong. That's the distortion. So when I was in my 30s, trying to heal these things, my body kept trying to tell me through pain. But I kept silencing my truth with painkillers. So we're going to get into this a little bit more in another key. But how many of you guys know for a fact you have generational trauma? You have emotional trauma that you have not yet processed. Okay? Let's go to the next key. Yeah, lots of people in here. You guys, thank you so much for hitting the hearts and for sharing. What that does is it gets people this information for free too. So I'm trying to build a community of people who have truth. And the only way I can do that is for your help. So if you know someone personally struggling, look at all these people. Yeah. So if you know someone personally struggling or yourself, get my free guide and share it with as many people as you can. Thanks, Mary. So let's go to the next key. How are we doing with the keys, you guys? Don't you love these keys? You're welcome. So we're going to go to the next key. You guys, where are my empaths in here? Where are my empaths? Me. Good job, Oni. 9 years sober. That's amazing. Yep, here's all our empaths. What are keys? That's okay, Linz. Make sure you're following me, Linz, so you don't lose me. I go over the keys every time, every night. The keys are keys to unlock your truth. Okay? Yeah, toxic empathy. I feel that, queen. An empath is someone who can really feel energy, right? You're totally aware of your surroundings. You know when someone thinks poorly of you. You can cut energy with a knife. So all of my empaths in here, you guys are highly sensitive because of your childhood trauma. Because of your traumas, you have learned to be extra heightened aware when any emotion shifts at a dime. You know. Because as a child, you had to learn if someone wasn't safe. You had to be totally aware of the room because at any second, someone's going to blow up or get mad or abuse you. And so you learned how to become aware of emotions, the shift in energy, the subtle shift. It's very subtle. You guys, we can pick up on things so easily. So when I work with empaths, I know I don't even have to talk to them, right? I know that they have experienced trauma. Yeah. But here's the truth, you guys. Here's the truth I need you to understand. You have to stop being the dumpster. Because a lot of us empaths, we have huge hearts, right? We also don't know how to have boundaries because we were never allowed to have boundaries for ourselves. People walked all over us. Parents, teachers walk all over us. There were no boundaries. So we don't know how to protect ourselves. We know how to take all the dump. Okay? And then you have people who are telling you their whole life story. Wow, I feel amazing. I was never ever able to tell people this. Okay, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is if you're the one taking the energy. If you're the one that's constantly absorbing. You guys, this is the next key. Okay? When you absorb energy, you actually take on that energy as if it's your own. A lot of times we can actually absorb energy and we don't even know it. Oh, yes, Lisa. Jer Bear, I'm a hairdresser, so I get a lot of dumps. Yep. You guys, the dumping is not bad, okay? The dumping is not bad. You have a spiritual gift. You were meant to be seen and to help people through your traumas, but there's a difference between allowing people to share their traumas and then taking on the energy, okay? Does this make sense? There is a difference. I am a safe space. People share with me all the time. I don't take on their garbage though, okay? I don't take it. I have boundaries. I'm not here to heal you. I can hold space for you. I can recognize the trauma, but I'm not your dumping bag. There's a difference, okay? So with the absorbed key, you can actually absorb people's energy and not even know it. And this is what it looks like. Anyone within 9 feet of your aura, okay, you're automatically connected to their energy. In fact, your energies under a microscope, okay, they start bouncing off of each other. That's why we can get the ick when someone comes in. We just get the vibe like, ooh, that's not a good person. Okay, we can get the vibe when someone's faking it. We can get the vibe when people's bullshitting us. Okay, that's energy connecting. That is literally our energies reading each other. Well, what happens, you might be sitting next to someone at a restaurant, okay? And guess what your energies are doing? They are bouncing off of each other. But after about 20 minutes, they're connected. But you leave the restaurant, right? You accidentally take some of their energy with you. And so all of a sudden you have chest pain out of nowhere. You have a headache out of nowhere. You have stabbing pain in your chest out of nowhere. And you're like, what just happened? You absorbed someone's energy. But you could know. You could know. So all of these keys I teach, they are on the basis of trusting your intuition and knowing how to ask the right questions. Oh, Dory, interesting. So you guys, when I start getting pain, any pain, headache, neck ache, back ache, anything, I ask my body which key. If I get absorbed energy, I know for a fact that I absorbed someone's energy in that moment and I send it back to sender and I fill that with unconditional love. And you guys, the pain is gone in seconds. This is one of my books, yeah. So this is one of my books. I have another book, Cut the Crap. This is the free guide that you guys can get. It comes with an incredible course, you guys, the Live Empowered course. If you have not gotten it, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Yep. So, absorbed energy. I want to share a story, and I share this one because it shows the power. It shows the power of, yay, Jesse, you got it. You guys, it shows, I will be selling it on TikTok soon. So I will have my books. They're on Amazon, but I'm going to start selling them on TikTok. I want to share a personal story. I had a friend who is 27 years old. She has dealt with chronic stomach issues. So if you have children or you yourself are dealing with chronic stomach issues, I want you to hear this. When she was a little girl, she constantly had constipation, okay? She couldn't go to the bathroom, constant bloated, constant pain all the time. What did the doctors do? They put her on Miralax. Okay, if you guys do your research on Miralax, it's the worst thing you could do. So she had been on Miralax ever since she was a little girl. She's 27 now. She came to me to do a session. We work with her, right? This is what I do with everyone. I use the 7 keys. We asked her body, what was it? Was it physical? No. Was it emotional? No. Was it generational? No. Was it absorbed energy? Yes. Okay? I always ask the messenger, do we need to know more? You guys, we don't silence the messenger. When we give the messenger permission to speak, we wait till the messenger is done telling us the whole shebang. So I asked the messenger, do we need to know more? She says yes. Okay, whose messenger am I speaking to? My friend's messenger, okay? Her intuition, her higher source, whatever you want to call it. Yes, we needed to know more. So we needed to know how old she was. She was 6 months old. We needed to know, who did she absorb it from? She absorbed it from her mother. Did we need to know anything else? Yes. Okay, there was an accident, okay? Crazy. Do we need to know more? Yes, there was an emotion. It was like fear or something. So within minutes, you guys, when the messenger said I'm done, okay, within literal minutes, my friend's stomach pain was completely gone for the first time in years. Her stomach literally sunk in. No bloating, no pain. And so, of course, she goes and she calls her mom. And she says, Mom, did something happen when I was a 6-month-old baby? Were we in an accident? And she said, yes. How did you know? She said, when you were 6 months old, we were in a car accident and we should not be alive. And I don't know how we're here today. It was an absolute miracle that we're alive. So you guys, when her mom got in the car accident, she literally thought that she was going to lose herself and her 6-month-old baby in the car. And she had created such a mass amount of energy, of fear, that 6-month-old baby absorbed that energy. That 6-month-old baby, her daughter, absorbed that energy. And so this is why I teach these keys, you guys. If she had been taught, her mom, how to trust her intuition, when her little baby started getting colicky and started getting stomach issues, she would know to ask the baby. She would know how to tap in intuitively. What is wrong with my baby? Is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it generational? Is it absorbed? You guys, within literal minutes, she would have been able to test that her baby had absorbed some energy during that accident, and she would have been able to command it to be cleared from her body. You guys, this is what I'm talking about when we have been silenced, generationally silenced. It started way back earlier than the 1800s. That's when the mass silencing began. They started taking away herbal medicine. They started taking away our gift of intuition, right? Discernment. They started gaslighting our intuition that we don't know. We can't heal ourselves. We need a doctor to heal us, okay? This is why I teach these keys. So if you are dealing with chronic pain, thanks, Marianne, chronic issues, you guys, in my $27 guide, that's it. I teach you every single thing you need to know, how to remember what was taken away from you, how to remember how to connect back to your intuition, not mine. And so you guys, there is so much power in this. There is so much power. You guys, when I work with people, I can literally get to the root cause of their problems in literal seconds. Do you know how powerful that is? Yeah, a lot of people know how powerful that is. And that's why they silence you. Because they know that if everybody recognized and remembered their power, game over. It would literally destroy the matrix overnight, because people would realize that they do not need these prescriptions. What they needed was something spiritual. What they needed was something that their body would tell them with 100% accuracy what they needed to do to heal it. And so that is why I beg you to learn this information. I plead with you to at least get my free guide, read it, educate yourself. And then when you're done doing that, how do you become a servant leader? How do you share? You share the free guide, right? You share with as many people as you can. Because the truth is, you guys, is every time we ask, we receive. Every time we knock, the door is literally opened. Because I know that we have a loving God. I know that I have a loving Heavenly Father and a loving Heavenly Mother, that when I ask them and I plead to them for help, they answer me instantly. The guide is linked in my bio. You can also go to my website as well if you want. So heatherashleyjones.com. But if you want to stay on TikTok, you just have to click my profile picture twice. So you guys, I know for a fact, because I have done this with hundreds of people, every time I ask, I receive an answer instantly. So as I'm using intuition and using the 7 keys, I'm going to do this one-on-one. I'm going to prove to you that these keys work. As I do this, you're welcome. As I do this, you guys, I'm just asking the messenger. I'm speaking to your messenger. Your messenger will tell you exactly what you need to do every single time. And it's powerful. It's powerful. It is so powerful that there are people literally charging thousands of dollars in these huge elaborate systems. You don't need that. You need your intuition, and the 7 keys just unlock your truth so incredibly fast. That's it. That is it. Don't take my word for it. Okay? I have worked with hundreds of thousands of people. Look at my videos, watch the reviews. I post all these videos on YouTube. Watch the videos. Watch how many people every single night go from a 10-10 pain to a 0 pain. Watch how many people within seconds I test that their back pain is actually from a child abuse, that their neck pain actually stems from some childhood trauma, okay? That their body is actually speaking to them in literal seconds on how to heal, and they do. They go from a 10-10 to a 0 in literal minutes. It is the most powerful thing in the entire world. Why is it the most powerful thing? Because God gave it to us. Because it is our gift. It is the one thing that can never be taken away. It is the one thing that always has to tell the truth with a 99% accuracy. Okay? Can it cure 20 years of schizophrenia? I will tell you this. Your body will tell you exactly what it needs to recognize what is the schizophrenia. So a lot of times people put labels on things and it causes fear. Okay? I believe schizophrenia is a spiritual awakening with no boundaries. Okay? You have activated your spiritual antenna. It is 100% on. Imagine turning on a radio and you get all the stations. Okay? When people turn on their spiritual antenna, watch the movie Insidious. This boy was a light. He had a gift. Every time he left his body, though, everything saw him, the good and the bad. So schizophrenia, to me, there could be physical things. I'm not saying that that's not, but your body will tell you. But a lot of times your spiritual gifts have been awakened 100% with no terms, no boundaries. Okay? So I teach in my spiritual mastery group, my course, how to set terms and boundaries. But you guys, with the $27 guide, you can ask, what do I need to do to heal or to set terms or boundaries to my schizophrenia, okay? You guys, the free guide is linked in my bio. Okay, it looks like this. This is the free breakthrough guide, okay? It comes with the Live Empowered course. You guys, me and my business partner, we were gonna sell this for $1,000, right? We totally easily I could, but it's included in the free guide. So if you haven't gotten it, get it. And if you haven't, or if you've gotten it, make sure you're sharing it. Okay? So, who's ready for the next key? Who's ready for the next key? And you guys, thanks for tapping. So my goal every night is to get to 100,000. I do not get paid for that. Okay? What it does is it shares this video. TikTok says, oh, people like this video. It'll share it to other people so they can get this information for free too. So if you're watching and you're loving, you're getting value out of this, you appreciate it, it's helped you in any way, share it, tap the hearts, okay? That's how you can exchange and help me. But more importantly, it's how you can help your brothers and sisters who are literally suffering in silence right now. And this is their only outlet, is social media, okay? There's so many people who are suffering in silence. Yay, Anna. There are so many people who are sitting at home suffering in silence with chronic pain, with depression, with anxiety. They feel lost. They feel unseen. They feel unheard. They feel ungood. They don't feel good enough. They feel unloved. They feel all of those things. Okay? But the truth is that you don't have to feel those things. You are immense love, like unconditional love. Every single one of you guys watching this. You are here for a reason. You are here for a purpose. Okay, and if you do have anxiety and if you do have depression, you have been lied to and you've been silencing your truth for so long. There's a reason why you're suffering, okay? You have been lied to on how to heal yourself, and your intuition is trying to teach you how. Do I have to ask permission of my adult child to do a clearing? No. So as a mother, you have the connection with your child forever. Okay, you are connected to your children. I will say this though. If your child is struggling with addiction, if your child is struggling with trials or tribulations, you cannot spiritually bypass children, just like us, were meant to experience certain things to help them become the people they are meant to be. But as a mother and a father, you love them unconditionally. You don't just love your children when they're good. You love them when they're struggling, even if that's an addiction, even if they're making horrible choices and you're like, why? I taught you better than that. Okay? Because they came here to learn things the hard way. Look at their human design. Okay? If they're a 6 profile or a 3 profile, I will tell you they were here to learn things the hard way. Not because you told them the fire was hot, but they have to literally experience the fire for themselves. That was me. Okay? There are kids who are born to be cycle breakers, to be generational breakers, to break karmic loops and patterns. They have come to this earth to be the black sheep. They have come to this earth to recognize through the trauma, through the darkness, through the hell, to alchemize and bring light and heaven to earth, right? That is why I'm here. I didn't have a silver spoon put in my mouth. But as a parent, you can teach your children these keys so that they know how to do these things themselves. You can teach your children how to become aware of their bodies, how to listen, how to tap in. You can clear spiritual warfare from your children. You can clear generational things. But if there is something that they're going through, I just want you to know that you just can't bypass that for them. Does that make sense? I feel like the side of my face is swollen. Anointed, and I love to help me to remove it and return it, please. I'm not sure quite what you're asking. So if you have financial debts, that's not the problem. Everybody has debt. Okay, most everybody has some type of debt. If you're looking for financial security or how to make more money, you need to use the keys to ask, where are my blocks? As you start clearing those blocks, you'll be able to make more money. You guys, more money, you'll be able to pay those debts off. Okay? And you guys, the rich, we have such a distortion around money. The multi-millionaires, the wealthy, they all have millions of dollars of debts because they use their debts to create more financial income. So if you have debt, you guys, Donald Trump filed, not that he's like savior of God, but he filed bankruptcy 6 times. And he's the president of the United States. So don't look at debt as a negative thing, right? We can do a whole live just on money and debt. All right, let's go to the next key. We have 2 keys left. So the next key is the spiritual key. Can I heal autonomic nervous system dysfunction? You can heal literally anything. You can literally heal anything. So your intuition, your gift from God, your body is an instrument. Your body will tell you exactly when it started and how to clear it. Okay? If you are not meant to heal it and you're living in your Job era, everybody knows Job, right? If you're living in your Job era, you can ask God, is this my Job era? Is this to teach me a lesson? Okay, if it's to teach you a lesson, when can I learn? And so this can be taken away from me. Can we only help someone heal themselves if they ask us to? Yes. So you guys, in my $27 guide, I teach you exactly how to do this proxy for other people. Jesus did not just go walking around healing people. You will be healed. You will be healed. Right? He walked up to people and people asked and people believed and people gave permission. Okay? So if you're asking for the how, I teach you. Okay, you have to get your yes and no. That is your intuition. Your body speaks to you. It gives you a yes and it gives you a no. Okay, I teach you a technique how to get a yes or a no. Once you start doing this long enough, you'll start remembering your intuition. It feels like this when I get a yes. It feels like this when I get a no every single time. So before your body even responds intuitively, you know. Okay? All right, you guys. Let's talk about the next key. This is the spiritual key. We only have 2 keys left. This is the spiritual key. We are living in a time where spiritual warfare is at an all-time high. And if you do not believe in spiritual warfare, then I am not your mentor or your teacher. So when I was 3 and I was 4 and I was 5 and I was 6, I literally physically with my eyes saw demonic entities. I was physically attacked. My mouth was bound shut. And as a little girl, I didn't have the words to communicate to my parents what I was seeing and what I was feeling. I was absolutely terrified to go to bed at night because I knew I was going to have night terrors, horrific night terrors. And so I experienced these things. And then when I would go to church on Sunday and we would read about Jesus casting demonic entities out of people and into swine, I knew that that was not a parable. I knew that that was not some imaginary story that was put in scripture. You guys, Jesus was literally showing us that demonic entities can possess a body. They can hurt you. After Jesus' 40-day fast, when Satan came to tempt him, Jesus cast Satan out, and Jesus said, Satan can crush your heel. Do you think it feels good to have your heel crushed? No. But Jesus said you can bash him in his freaking head. Okay? So I know for a fact that those spiritual entities are real. Okay? I know for a fact that you can literally be possessed by demonic entities. Now, here's the truth. It's not like the movies. I would say 80 to 100% of the time, it's not like the movies, okay? But I will say most of the time, they don't want you to know that they are there. They will cause you headaches. They will cause you back pain. They will cause you to be disoriented, confused, right? They will become your friend in the wrong way because they'll self-soothe you as you're in your addiction. It's okay. You're fine. It's okay to do these things, right? They're self-saboteurs. They're deceivers. And so this is what I want you to know. When I teach about the spiritual key, in no way is it to bring fear. Okay? It's to empower you. It's to teach you the truth. The truth is that I see demonic entities like flies. They're annoying. They're frustrating. Get away. I swat them. I kill them. I'm done. Okay? That's how I deal with them. That's how I've learned to deal with them. As a child, I didn't have the mental capacity, nor did I understand or have the communication to tell my parents what I was really seeing. But in my 30s, you guys, I started experiencing chronic migraines. They were so severe out of nowhere. I just started getting them when I was 21. I went to the doctors, okay? I thought I had a brain tumor. I literally thought I was going to die. I was waiting for like the worst case scenario. The doctor referred me to a specialist. The specialist did a whole bunch of labs. They did an MRI. And they said, oh, you're just having migraines. Like as if it's normal. So if you guys are dealing with any sort of chronic pain, it is not normal. So he puts me on a medication called Imitrex. You guys look at the side effects of Imitrex. I was on that for over a decade. I was on Imitrex for 11 years. Okay? This was before I knew the truth. That I was being silenced, that my intuition, you guys, my body was literally screaming at me and telling me what this pain was. I didn't know how to listen to it. Okay? 4-year-old with migraines. Oh my gosh. You need these keys. You need these keys and you need to learn how to tap in so you can help your 4-year-old child. So you guys, I was 32 years old. 32. So I had been dealing with chronic migraines on and off for 11 years. I found myself in a situation God sent where I didn't have my medication. I couldn't get to my medication, and I knew within an hour if I didn't get help, I was going to be being sent to the emergency room. That's how bad they were. So I reached out to my friend who did Reiki, right? It was who I actually certified as a Reiki master through. I reached out to her and I said, hey, I'm about to have a migraine. I said, I can't get to my medication. Please help me. Please. If there's anything you can do. So she said, yeah, let me check in. We hung up the phone. She called me back within minutes. She said, Heather, you are being attacked by legions of entities. And you guys, when she told me that, I got a chill up my spine and I knew, my soul knew that what she said was true. And I went to the bathroom and I went to cast these things out. And my mouth was bound shut. I couldn't speak. But I pleaded to God in my mind. I pleaded to Jesus. I said, please cast these demonic entities out so that they will not hurt me anymore and that I will not get a migraine. You guys, for the first time in 11 years, I did not get a migraine. And that was a testimony and a witness to me that there are hundreds, if not thousands of people who are suffering at this very moment because they are being spiritually attacked. And then they're being gaslit and silenced and told that what you're dealing with is normal, just take a painkiller. And that absolutely kills me. And so now I never get migraines. If I do, I have the keys that I can test. Okay, most of the time it's physical and it's because I need more magnesium. I'm about to start my period. So you guys, this is why I teach the spiritual key, because I work with people who have back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, comes out of nowhere, or it comes and goes, right? And if this is happening to you, I see you, Leanna, yeah? You could know exactly what it is, but this is the most powerful thing, is you can clear it in literal seconds. And you will watch the pain go away, okay? You will watch the pain go away, and it's incredible. Digestive pain, that could be spiritual warfare, right? Hey, Kelly, thank you. So if you want to learn about the spiritual keys, you guys, in my $27 guide, I list out what spiritual things could be causing you pain. So intuitively, you will get so good at asking intuitive questions, yes or no questions, to be able to figure out what's wrong with you, okay? And so there's an upside to the spiritual key. It's not just bad, okay? There's an upside. So how many of you guys have been dealing with ringing in the ears, massive fatigue? Like the fatigue has been not normal. How many of you guys have been dealing with ringing in the ears? Feeling like you've been swimming underwater, almost like that pressure. Yeah. Probably a lot of you guys. Yeah. You guys, my ears finally stopped ringing after like the last 3 months, but the fatigue is still there, like massive fatigue. Yeah. So I want you guys to know that your fatigue, the ringing in the ears, could be spiritual. It could actually be integration and ascension though. So hear me out. I've been testing yes to integration and ascension. The world is shifting. The earth is expanding. You guys, the earth is so powerful, and she is, look up the Schumann resonance. Her energy is spiking like crazy. She's ascending, okay? We are feeling that pressure. We are ascending. We are becoming more enlightened, okay? When this happens, this is integration and ascension. As people start to ascend and integrate, oh, headache 4 days straight, yeah? It could be spiritual bad or spiritual good. So when I test my body and then I get that it is integration and ascension, I know that there is nothing I can really do other than maybe go hug a tree, get some sunshine, drink some water, and give my body permission to relax and rest, okay? And I've been doing that a lot lately. Today, I took like a 3-hour nap. I'm exhausted. My body just needs to rest. So as you start feeling these physical symptoms, you guys, you can know exactly what it is in seconds. So the keys just help you get to the root faster. So when I use the keys, I say, is it physical? Is my fatigue physical? Is it emotional? Is it generational? Is it absorbed? Is it spiritual? You guys, it could be multiple keys. It could be multiple layers of the same thing. The first water reference, James Garcia. Yeah, I do talk about the first water. I will be sharing about that after I go through the keys. So the first water, okay, is something that you can take if it is needed. It is the actual blueprint of your mother and your father generations back. They have proven this. But you only need to take that during extreme traumas, extreme sickness. And you guys, it's a sacred medicine that's been taken away for a reason. So we'll go through that after. So let's go through the last key. Who's loving these keys? You guys, thanks for tapping. We're almost halfway there to the goal of 100,000. So keep tapping. Make sure you share. When you share it with someone and say, hey, I think you should check this queen out. She's dropping truth bombs. Okay? Share. Share the live with as many people as you can and tap those hearts. So you guys, we're going to go through the last key. And this last key is so powerful. I test every day, Heather. I literally test everything. I'm literally connected with my intuition, with source, all the time, okay? Literally every second of the day, I test. So we're going to go through the last key, and then we're going to do some one-on-ones. I will tell you right now that there is a mass awakening of people who are needing this key more than ever. And I don't know why. Well, I do know why. That's part of my purpose and my calling, is to help teach this key so more people can become aware. Thanks, Kelly. So you guys, I was dealing with massive chronic chest pain. Massive chest pain. Went to the doctors, didn't have a cold, didn't have a flu, no fever, nothing. They said, oh, it's probably virus, okay? So going on about 3 weeks of this chest pain, debilitating. You guys, I couldn't breathe. It was a 10-10 pain. I asked my body, what is this? What is this pain? And my body told me it is not from this lifetime. And I was like, what does that even mean? Okay, we're going through the 7 key. A couple days later, I'm very hard-headed. We're going on almost 4 weeks of this chest pain. I asked my body again. I said, what is this chest pain? And my body told me again, it is not from this lifetime. So I went on YouTube. I looked up a past life regression meditation, and I did the meditation. You guys, in the meditation, I saw myself in another lifetime. I was a redheaded princess. I was in a castle, and I was bawling my eyes out. I knew intuitively that I was being treated less than the dog. I knew that I was only used for one thing, one purpose. My purpose was to bring in male heirs. And you know what they did with the girl babies. So I knew all these things. It was like this knowing, this remembrance. And she was silenced, and she had spiritual gifts, and she had a purpose, but she was a woman. So she was worthless other than that one thing. That was her only purpose. And so when I came back, I was like, what was that? I didn't understand. My chest pain still hurt. My chest was still on fire. I was like, okay, great. So I reached out to the same friend actually who tested for my neck with the legions of entities. So I asked her if I could do a session. I didn't tell her anything because she actually came from the same religious background as me, and I didn't think she believed in anything like this. So I went and did this session, and about 5 to 10 minutes in, I finally got the courage and said, hey, I think I believe in multiple lives. And she's like, oh, good, so do I. She's like, I see a little redheaded girl running through the fields. And you guys, the second she said, I see a little redheaded girl, I knew that she was in that memory, that she was also connecting with me in that other time. And you guys, in that moment, my whole body lit up. It was like a lightning bolt of truth in every single cell of my body. And within literal seconds of her confirmation, my chest pain was completely gone. Does my friend do remote work? So Alicia, I do everything that my friend does and more. So if you want to book a one-on-one, we can do that. I would love to do that with you. So you guys, in that moment, I learned something so powerful, that we can actually have physical ailments blocking us because of something in a past life. Whether that's karmic, whether that's the persecutions cross, whether that's an imprint, whether that's you being killed so many lifetimes, and now this is a lifetime you need to clear that. It was so incredibly powerful, and that is the last key. That is the past life key. And you guys, since then, I went on to certify past life regression, NLP hypnosis, quantum healing hypnosis therapy, and I would be in 3 to 5 hour sessions. Yes, Anna. You guys, I would be in 3 to 5 hour sessions doing a past life meditation regression, and you don't need to do that. You need your intuition. You need the 7 keys. Do I have something that's blocking me in this life right now, that's causing me physical pain right now, that's causing me a money block right now, that's connected to a past life? Yes or no? If it's a no, guess what? Don't waste your time or money. If it's a yes, guess what? You don't need a 3 to 5 hour session. You need the messenger to tell you what it is. She will tell you exactly what it is, what it was attached to, if there's any emotions, and what you need to know before you can clear it. The second the messenger is done speaking, boom, cleared. So that is why I teach these keys, because you guys, I did the certifications. I spent the last decade of my life in a certification back to back, because I didn't trust my intuition. I kept seeking external validation for what my body already knew. And so I spent my last $1,000 on a certification, and I told God, I said, God, because this is how she got me. She said, if you're certified in theta healing, if you're a Reiki master, if you've done NLP hypnosis, and she just listed a pun. I was like, oh, I'm certified in all of those. She's like, if you're certified in all of those, there's a faster way. What if I told you that you can heal yourself in seconds? Kind of like what I say. And so I signed up for her thing because I wanted to know if there was something different she was doing. And I told God, I said, God, if she teaches this one thing that I teach, I know for a fact that I wasted my money. You guys, I wasted my money. So about the third session in, she starts doing this. She starts teaching. She's working with a student. She's getting to the root cause of their pain in seconds, right? She seems like a psychic. You're like, how does this lady know? And then I ask her, what are you doing? What are you doing? She says, oh, I'm testing. Well, how are you testing? Boom, her freaking intuition, you guys. That is it. If I could just scream it from the rooftops that your intuition is the number one gift, the key to unlock everything, you guys. It is it. If you learn how to remember that gift, how to get the yes and the no, you guys, the keys just get you there quicker. You can be just like her. You could be just like me. You can be just like every other spiritual guru, mentor out there. You don't need years and years of certifications. You just have to remember, okay? That's it. And the hardest part for you, like somebody said, that is the hardest part, because you've been gaslit and you have silenced your truth for so many years. For so many years, okay? You just need to remember your gift of intuition, your gift of discernment. It never lies. It always tells the truth. When you ask, you shall receive. Where in scripture does it say, ask and you'll receive in a week, in a month, in a year, when I'm ready to give you the answer? Where does it say, when you knock, I'm going to open the door in a week, a month, a year, when I'm ready? That is not a loving parent. I tell you what, if my kids knocked on my door and I didn't open the door for a week, do you think my kids would still be there? Hell no. Do you think if my kids asked a sincere question, pleading for me to answer them, and I said, you're not ready? What kind of parent would that be? I don't want that kind of parent. No. You guys, my God, my Heavenly Mother, Source, they're so badass that the second I ask them any question, the second I ask them, I receive an answer. The second I knock, they open the door with their arms wide open, ready to hug me and love me and give me everything that my heart desires. And you have that gift too. And they know that you have that gift. And that's why they silenced your gift the day you were born. And that's why generationally you have seen us being silenced. That's why as a mother, I was doing the same thing to my children. When they were sick, I was poisoning their bodies with painkillers. I didn't know. But you guys, I have broken the cycle. So my little 4-year-old, when he's sick, I know exactly how to heal him. I know exactly what his body needs. And I'm not going to poison him with toxins. Sometimes he just needs an emotional clearing. Sometimes he just needs space. Sometimes I need to clear his room of demonic entities that came in somehow. Okay? That is it. So, those are the 7 keys. Who loves the 7 keys? How many of you guys who are watching have the free guide or the $27 guide? And let me know how you are liking it. Okay? How do you feel about manifestation versus intuition? I love manifestation, but manifestation, there is rules and laws. You cannot spiritually bypass the lessons you need to learn. Yes, Care Bear. Lisa. Yes. Yes, you just got the free guide. Yes, Christy. So you guys, if you want to manifest $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month, that's my goal. My goal is by 1 month this year, I will hit 100K in a month. And so I am not spiritually bypassing by just putting $100,000 on my mirror. That's not how it works. You guys, in my spiritual mastery course, I'm teaching you how to go from 0 to 100K in a month or whatever your goals are by asking your body what blocks are there. Use the keys. Yay, you have both, Phyllis. That's okay. So you guys, you have to do the work and you have to learn the lessons. So I was doing the work, I wasn't learning the lessons. I used the keys to unlock one of my blocks. I had a fear of being seen. If God had given me, hey Heather, if God had given me the money that I was praying for before I was ready, I would not be teaching these keys for free right now. I promise you that. The last key is, key number 1 is your body speaks to you through pain, okay? Your body is the messenger, okay? The last key is past life. So if God had given me all the things that I wanted at the time that I had asked, right, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be here today. So I had to learn, why wasn't I receiving the money that I was praying and asking for? And so I asked and I was told, because you're afraid of being seen. I was like, I'm not afraid of being seen. That's a lie. And then I asked again, why am I not hitting my money goals? Because you're afraid of being seen, Heather. And when I sat down with that and I really asked, what am I afraid to be seen? I was afraid to be seen as a spiritual teacher. I was afraid to share that I saw demonic entities. I was afraid to share about past life, that I had that experience, right? My fear was being seen, using and activating my spiritual gifts and teaching people that they could heal themselves for free. My fear was my family. My fear was the second that I taught these things, I would lose family, and I did. My fear was that I would lose people, and I did. And I don't care, because I realized that when you silence your truth, okay, you're just protecting your abusers. When you silence your truth, you're not hurting anybody but yourself. So the second that I overcame that fear, you guys, it was 2 months later, I did my first $20,000 in my spiritual gifts. And it wasn't because I wasn't working any harder. I was not manifesting any harder, right? I learned the lesson. I recognized I didn't spiritually bypass. So anyone who tells you that you can just put a manifest, thank you, Heather. You have to understand why, and the keys and your intuition will tell you. The messenger will tell you exactly what you need to do, exactly what you need to overcome to bring those things into your life. That's the right way to do it. So I love manifestation with intuition, okay? It's the fastest way. You want to manifest faster? Learn why you don't have that money, and the number one reason why is because you don't believe you deserve it, or there's a fear of being seen. There could be a fear of failure, but there could be something generational. There could be something karmic, right? You can know. Yes, Lou. She said, "Oh my gosh, you have just." I don't know why they muted your comment. That was weird. "Oh my gosh, you have just unlocked a major success block for me. Fear of being seen." Wow. Yeah. You guys, I know sometimes you just have to hear things and it locks those, right? Sometimes just on my lives, people hear things and they're like healed. They're like, "Oh my gosh," right? I just needed to hear it. How do you know what it is? You test. You use your intuition. Okay, you test yes or no. You use your body as an instrument. Your body is an instrument, you guys. Your body shows you yes or no. When you tap into how your body responds to a yes and a no, okay, over time, you will recognize intuitively, hey Danielle, you'll recognize intuitively what is a yes, what is a no, before your body even responds. Okay, it's so fast. Oh, Christy, yeah, a lot of people have a fear of being seen. What are you afraid to say? So you guys, what are you afraid to post or share because someone else is going to judge you? Do it anyways. What family are you afraid you're going to lose if you share? Okay. What's the big elephant in the room? So you guys, we're going to do one-on-ones. I love my amazing Shelby who's here, Kia who's here. You guys, all these queens are in my spiritual mastery course. If you want powerful women in your community, follow these queens. Okay. Little Scholars, the Shelby Tour. Shelby is helping me mod right now. She's in our spiritual mastery course. Incredible women. Okay. Doing huge things. Care Bear's here. So Shelby's going to help me pick people so I can show you how these keys work. So if you have not already, make sure you get my free guide. If you want to learn exactly how to do what I'm doing. James, what do you mean by your body responds? Your body physically responds to a yes and a no. So in the technique I teach you, you're actually using your body to bypass your conscious mind to get a yes or a no. Yes, Heather. All right, so this is what you have to do. You have to give me permission. You have to list the pain level and where the pain is located. You have to do all those three things. When you do those in order, Shelby will be picking one at a time for me to test, okay? So it has to be all three of those things in one comment so that she can pin it and it makes it easier for her, okay? If you're asking for me to intuitively test, I know that you got my free guide because I'm not here to be your healer or your savior or your psychic. Okay, that is not what I'm teaching. I'm teaching people how to fish so that you never go hungry again. So when it comes to healing yourself and taking care of yourself, you never have to seek external validation for you know what's true in here. Okay? So get the free guide. Learn how to do this for yourself, please. This is the most powerful thing you could ever learn and do for yourself. More powerful than anything. Okay, this is the number one thing. Okay, so we're starting with Anna. Okay, you guys, I'm also going to show you the fastest way to clear pain in literal minutes. Okay, remember, I've been certified in so many things, and they all have these huge, elaborate ways to clear. Okay, and I'm here to tell you, you don't need to do that, okay? So Anna, so we're going to be holding sacred space for Anna. You guys, in my $27 guide, I teach you exactly how to do what I'm going to be doing for Anna, okay? I'm just holding sacred space. I'm not healing her. She's going to do all the work, okay? I'm just tapping into the messenger, her messenger. When it is time to clear, I'm just going to say this for everybody watching. When it is time to clear, this is the fastest way I have learned working with hundreds of people one-on-one, right? Lipstick is going everywhere. Breath and unconditional love. Breath and unconditional love. I do not have to teach people how to breathe, and everybody universally knows what unconditional love is. So you're going to hold your body. You're going to allow your body to have sacred space. You're going to breathe unconditional love into that pain. Okay, when it's time to release, you're going to use your breath to breathe that pain out. So breathing in unconditional love, breathing out the pain. You guys, when we are in pain, we stop breathing. Okay? When we are in pain, we stop breathing. When we stop breathing, we cut off oxygen to our brain. When we don't get oxygen to our brain releases a chemical in our body called cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone. The leading cause of death is stress. When you have so much cortisol in your body, it causes inflammation. Too much inflammation causes disease in the body, toxins, parasites. Okay? It's systemic. So when you have a negative belief about yourself, I'm worthless, I'm not good enough, your body tries to counteract those beliefs with nutrients. Then you become nutrient deficient. That leaves room for more toxins to come, parasites to come in, okay? It all starts energetically, emotionally. So Anna, as you breathe in unconditional love into the pain and breathe out the pain, sometimes as people process emotions, they get hot, they get sweaty, they start crying, they get really shaky, they burp, or they feel like they're going to throw up. Trust that that's just your body moving the energy, okay? So I have permission to test Anna, yes. Okay, is her back pain and hip pain connected? Yes. Okay, so we're going to use the keys. Which key is going to unlock her pain? I'm asking her messenger. Is it physical, emotional, spiritual? It's generational. The first key is generational. Okay? Do we need to know more? No. So that means that the messenger said she can clear this. So Anna, this is what you're going to do. I command this generational trauma that's trapped in my back and hips to leave now. And I fill that space with unconditional love. And you just keep breathing until that pain leaves. I clear that generational trauma that's stuck in my back and my hips to clear now. Okay? So, now we're going to ask, is there another key? That will get her pain down to a 10, a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2. Okay, that will get her pain down to a 1, which means she needs another key. What's the next key? Physical, emotional, spiritual. The spiritual key. You guys, how am I testing? I'm not doing psychic or medium stuff. I'm using my intuition. I'm asking yes or no questions. Okay? I teach you exactly how to do this in my $27 guide. Hey, Huda. So, spiritual, is it the good? Nope, it's the bad. Is it an unclean spirit? Is it demonic? Is it a deceiver? So it's a deceiver entity. You guys, deceiver entities are just demonic entities. They often tend to pretend that they're light, or they'll pretend to be your friend, or they'll move around as you're clearing. Those are deceiver entities. So, does she need to know more? No, which means that she can clear it. So this is how I clear. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Okay, this is just my way. Figure out your way. So Anna, this is what you're going to say. I command this deceiver entity that's attached to my body now to leave now. I fill that space with unconditional love. I remove any tracers or trackers from my body. You can never find me or see me again. I become invisible to you. In all timelines, in all dimensions, in all space. And then keep breathing. Keep breathing. Push unconditional love into your body. Okay? And then allow whatever emotions to come up to come up. Has that deceiver been cleared? Yes. Does she need another key? Yes. Okay? Physical, emotional, spiritual. So generational again. From your dad, does she need to know more? Yes. Does she need to know how many generations back? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7 generations back. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page. So you guys, all the emotions in my $27 guide are listed. So you just have to ask which one. Ask your body. Is it this page? Is it this page? Is it this emotion, this emotion, this emotion? When you get a yes, then you know that's the emotion you need to clear. So she needs the back page. So 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63. Okay, worthless. So this is worthless energy that's been passed down generationally. Okay? This is worthless energy. Hey, Rock, welcome. Hey, Veronica. So I command this generational trauma of worthless to leave my body now. And I fill it with unconditional love. You guys, love transmutes everything. That is why it is the first commandment. Okay? Love is all you need. So Anna, how are you feeling? That's all the keys you needed. Invite Darcy to co-host. That's so funny. So we cleared 3. Anna's cleared 3 things. Let's see where her back and her hip pain is. And then Alicia is next. Anna! Yes, you guys, how fast was that? That was literal minutes. Literal minutes, you guys. Oh my gosh, I have no freaking pain. You guys, please mass heart Anna. Please mass heart Anna. You guys, I see this every day. Thank you, Heather. I have been in pain for 15 years. Oh, that gave me goosebumps, Anna. I am so sorry. Kia's 1 minute. Thank you, Heather. You guys, do you see how powerful this information is? If everybody could do this, if everybody knew that they could do this, that you have the power to heal yourself in literal seconds. Anna, I love you so much, Queen. I am so grateful that you were able to receive healing today. You guys, generational trauma that wasn't hers and a deceiver entity that was stuck in her back and hips. Okay? She went from pain to no pain in literal minutes. You can do this too. Make sure you get my $27 guide, you guys. I teach you how to do this. Yes, Anna. I'm so excited for you, Queen. All right, Alicia. Alicia, are you still here? Shelby, do you mind pinning Alicia for me one more time? So, Alicia, I have permission to test Elisa. Yes. Amazing. So, you guys, I'm teaching the 7 keys. If you haven't already, get my free guide. Thank you for tapping the screen and sharing. Thank you, Aza. So, she has neck and pelvis pain, level 10. Okay, neck and pelvis, level 10. So when there's multiple areas in the body that have pain, you have to ask if they are connected, because if they're not, you treat them separately because they have different keys to unlock the healing, okay? If the problem happens in episodes, if you're not experiencing the episode, test the episode, right? So the other day I worked with a lady who has random night seizures. So test the night seizures. You don't have to be in the pain at the moment to clear it, to test what it is, okay? All right, Alicia, is her neck and pelvis pain connected? Okay, what's first priority? Her neck? Nope. So your body said that your first priority is your pelvis. So we're going to use the keys and ask which key is going to unlock this pain in her pelvis. Is it physical, emotional, spiritual? It's generational from your dad. Does she need to know more? Yes. How many generations back? 1 through 5, 5 through 10. Okay, this is lifetimes, not just this lifetime, multiple lifetimes. Generationally through your dad's line. Does she need to know the emotion? No. Can she clear? Okay, my name is Heather. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Okay, front page, back page. 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63. Okay, interesting. Worthless. Worthless in your pelvis. This is generational from your dad trauma energy. So you're going to hold your pelvis. You're going to command that this generational trauma of a worthless energy that's trapped in my pelvis to leave now, and fill it with unconditional love. And for this one, I want you to say, I clear this in all timelines, in all dimensions, in all space. And then just keep breathing. Unconditional love, breathing out the pain, trusting what comes up. Does she need another key for her pelvis? Yes. Okay. So you guys, sometimes you'll hear me say, my name is Heather. Is this true? I'm just recalibrating, because as you learn how to intuitive test, you can go so quick that sometimes you have to slow down, right? And I'm so divinely connected to my intuition that my body has a sensation when it feels off. So I have to slow down and start over, okay? I teach you exactly how to do this in my $27 guide. Does she need another key for her pelvis? Yes. Is it physical, emotional, spiritual? It's generational again. From your dad again. Does she need to know how many generations back? No. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. So this time it's lost. Lost. So once again, you're going to say, I command this lost energy that is trapped in my pelvis, that has been given to me generationally through my father's line, to be cleared now. I command it to leave my body and to be filled with unconditional love. Okay? Has that been cleared? Yes, 100%. Good job. Does she need another key for her pelvis? No. That was it. So Alicia, let me know as you're clearing when that pelvis gets down to a 0. Will her pelvis get down to a 0 tonight? Yes. Okay. So that means we're now ready to work on her neck. So what key will unlock the healing in her neck? We're just asking her messenger. Her messenger is going to say, the keys are just gateways to truth quicker. Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational. Holy cow, Queen. From your mom, from your dad. Does she need to know more? Yes. How many generations back? Yes. 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 10 through 15. So if I start getting way back, I know that it's multiple lifetimes, not just on this lifetime, right? Past lives, generationally. This is things that keep getting karmically brought into the earth from your dad's line. We're going to clear that. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. Okay, self-abuse. So in your neck, self-abuse that has been passed down generationally from your father's line. So you're going to hold your neck and you're going to say, I command this self-abuse that has been passed down generationally to be cleared in all timelines, in all dimensions, in all space. And I fill this space with unconditional love. Again, breathing, continuing to breathe, allowing the pain to leave through breath. Okay? 100%. Good job. Does she need another key for her neck? No. Okay. So Alicia, how is your neck and your pelvis doing? So there's no more keys for your neck. So I will ask all over. We can ask just for all over. Okay, so Charlene was from yesterday. Hi, Heather, checking in. I feel less anxiety, but chest pain, nightmares, acid, and rib pain today. Woo, queen. That is a lot. You'll have to remind me what your pain got to last night. And I remember you said something. Okay, so Alicia, we're going to do all over keys. So what's first priority for her body? Is it physical, emotional? It's spiritual. Unclean spirit, demonic, deceivers. Are there more than one? Yes. Are there more than 5? No, there's 4, there's 3, there's 2. So there's 2 deceiver entities. Oh, good, Alicia. So you have 2 deceiver entities. Does your pain shift a lot? Like it goes from here and then all of a sudden it's here and then your pain's here? A lot of times when you're working with deceiver entities, they shift around so that you can't find them. So you can't clear them. Let me know if that happens to you, Alicia. So you have 2 deceiver entities. Do we need to know when they attached? Yes. Age 1 through 5, 5 through 10, age 5, age 6. So at age 6 is when these deceiver entities attached to you, Alicia. What do we do to get a cleanser from you? Oh, like a session? You just have to do your pain, and then my Shelby will be picking. Okay, so Alicia, at age 6, does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Oh, good. Okay, so Charlene, last night I had fight or flight and night seizures and trouble swallowing, and that cleared. Okay, so today you're just having more different pains, right? So yeah, after Shelby, we'll see where you're at on the list, Charlene. I'll have Shelby pick. Okay, she needs to know the emotion. Yes, front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. Okay, so at age 6, the feeling was lost. So the lost energy in your body was the frequency that those deceivers attached to. Does she need to know the exact memory or the moment? Nope. So just at 6 years old, Alicia. So we're going to go ahead and clear these entities. So Alicia, you're going to say, I command these deceiver entities to leave my body now. I remove any tracers and trackers and I become invisible to you. You can never find me or see me in any timelines, in any dimension, in any space. And I fill my body with unconditional love. But here's what you have to do. You have to see your 6-year-old self, Alicia. I want you to see her and I want you to sit her on your lap. And I want you to put your arms around her. And I want you to tell her all the things that she needed to hear. All the things, all the distortion and lies that she told about herself that weren't true. And she was feeling lost at 6. And so you need to tell her the truth. And then once she sees the truth and she feels it and you see that 6-year-old you healed completely, then that will have been cleared. Has that been cleared? Yes, 100%. Does she need another key for all over? Yes. Physical, emotional, spiritual again. Unclean spirit, demonic. Is this different than those deceivers? No. Are those what's being cleared? Yes. Okay. Does she need to do more clearing for those deceivers? Yes. Is it the childhood clearing? Yeah. So make sure, Alicia, that your younger you is healed. And then fill your body with unconditional love. Remove that lost energy from your body and fill it with unconditional love. Does she need to do more? No. Okay. Does she need another key? No. So that was it, Alicia, for tonight. So let us know how you're feeling. All right. Veronica. Alicia, how are you feeling, Queen? Veronica, feet pain, level above 710, stomach pain, episodes. What does that say? Episodes monthly to 2 months altering. Okay. I think I know what you're saying. So feet pain. So you guys, if you're just watching this, make sure you get my free guide. If you want to get my $27 guide, it will be going up to $47. I'm not sure when, but it will be. And even then, it's a still. Because I teach you exactly how to do all of these things. All right, feet pain. And if you want to join my spiritual mastery course and use your spiritual gifts to help other people, okay, you want to go really deep into all this fun stuff, if you feel called, check out the link in my bio. Okay, feet pain. Will you pin her one more time? Sorry. So feet pain. And then I think she said stomach. Thanks, Jerry Bear. Veronica. Oh, here we go. And then stomach pain. That's what I thought. Okay. So if you guys are watching this and you haven't gotten my free guide, you are going to continue down the cycle of continuously needing external validation and healing. And that's exactly what I don't want for you. I want for you to be able to learn how to do these things for yourself, because there will be a time where you will not have access. Is this truth? Yeah. So you will not have access, right, to how to heal yourself. You have to be able to know how to decipher true in an instant. You have to be able to decipher a demonic entity from an angel, right? From a pretend alien to a holograph. So these are the things, this is discernment that we have to learn now. Okay? Yes, I'm so excited. So you guys, discernment is the number one thing that you have to have. And I am talking literal in seconds. Every single person on my spiritual mastery course knows how to intuitively test in seconds. They know exactly how to observe and know what's going on. Okay? You can too. That is your gift, to be able to know how to do that. All right, Veronica. I have permission. Yes. What's more important? What's her body says is more important? Your feet pain. So let's ask, what is this feet pain? It's physical, emotional, spiritual. Unclean spirit, demonic. It's a deceiver. Wow, lots of deceiver entities in your feet. When did this happen? At age 6. Yes, Britt, I'm so excited. So age 6, Veronica. Did something specifically happen? Yes. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page. 1 through 10, 10 through 20, 20 through 30, 20, 21, 22. Gall. Gall. That's like a scripture word, gall. Age 6. Does she need to know the exact moment? Yeah. Did something happen at age 6, Veronica? So at age 6 is when these demonic entities, these deceiver entities attach to your feet, but something happened. Fear, sexual abuse. Was there did something physically happen to you? What was that, etherical? Remember 5 to 6 years all it started. That's when it started. Was that 5 to 6, the feet pain? Okay. Does she need to know the exact memory of when it started? Okay, does she know? Yes. Okay. Does she need to know more in order to clear it? No. Okay. So this is what I need you to do. I want you to see that little girl, 5 or 6 years old, okay? The timeline doesn't really matter. You just need to see her. Gall. You guys, gall is all the things. It's about who you are. It's about being a woman, but as a little girl, it's your essence, your innocence. Gall is female. So you need to infuse into her all the unconditional love, and whatever that trauma that you experienced, I need you to tell her the truth. And then fill that space with unconditional love. And then you're going to cast out these deceiver entities. Are there more than one? Yes. Are there more than 5, 10, 15? So legions. It's legions attached to your feet. Okay. Yeah, whatever happened physically is what I got. So whatever happened physically is when these entities anchored into you. Okay, and they were attached to the frequency of gall. So the emotion that you created as that little girl, that was the frequency that they were attracted to, and that's when they anchored onto you. Okay? And so as you guys do this work, you have to clear that frequency from your body, right? You have to clear and heal the emotion, whether that was fear, feeling unworthy, feeling not good enough. And you do that by seeing the little you that was broken, that was traumatized, and healing that in her. The second you heal that and you fill that space with unconditional love, and then you clear those deceiver entities, they can't see you, right? They can't pick up that frequency. So that's why I clear any trackers, any tracers, and I make myself invisible to them. So that's what you're going to do, Veronica. You're going to say, I command these deceiver entities to leave my body now. That I remove any tracers or trackers from my body and I become invisible to you. You can never find me or see me in any timelines, in any dimensions, in any space. And I fill that space with unconditional love. That's been cleared, yes, 100%. Does she need another key for her feet? Nope, that was it. That was it, Veronica. Let me know how your feet are feeling. Will her feet pain go down to a 0 tonight? A 10, a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5, a 4, a 3. So your feet pain will go down to a 3 tonight. A 3. So let me write Sabrina down. 8, mile long list. Okay, 20 plus years. Oh my goodness. Mouthy witch. I love that. Mouthy witch. Okay. Sabrina. I need to write better. Sabrina. 20 plus years of pain. Mouthy witch. Okay. Veronica, now we're going to test your stomach. Okay, your stomach is physical, emotional, spiritual, generational from your dad. Multiple generations back, multiple lifetimes back. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page. What time is it? Okay. 50 through 60, 61, 62, 60. Worthless. Man, that is the theme tonight. Veronica, thank you. I'm feeling good today, but did start feeling the pain. Wanted to start last night in your feet. Okay. So yeah, keep clearing that. So the deceiver entities in your feet, if the feet pain comes on and off, when the feet pain is there, that's when they're there. When the feet pain leaves, they're not there. So now that you cleared that in all timelines, dimensions, space, that feet pain should go all the way down to a 3 tonight. Okay, stomach pain is generational, worthless. So I want you to breathe this in, unconditional love into your stomach. I command this generational trauma of worthlessness to leave my body now. And then Sabrina is going to be my last one tonight, Shelbs. Sabrina, I'm getting really tired. So Sabrina will be our last one. If you have not gotten a one-on-one with me, okay, you can book a one-on-one with me online. You can get my free guide, learn exactly how to do this, or you can invest $27 into yourself. It will be the most beneficial $27 you've ever spent. Okay, if you're hesitant or you're worried it won't work for me, okay, watch all the other lives I've done. Go on YouTube, just watch how many people have been able to change their lives in literal seconds because they have remembered their intuition. This is something you already possess, okay? You already have the gift. I just teach you how to tap into it quicker, and the keys help you get to the root in seconds. That's all it is, okay? So when you have this system, just like anything, the system will help you get the results faster. It will save you thousands and thousands of dollars. Oh no, I'm good to do you, Sabrina, but thank you for asking, love. All right, Veronica, does she have another key for her stomach? Yes. Did she clear that generational? No. So Sabrina, or Veronica, you need to clear that generational trauma that's in your stomach of worthless. And you need to fill that with unconditional love in all timelines, dimensions, and space. Does she have another key for her stomach? Yes. Physical, emotional, spiritual. Unclean spirit, demonic. Okay, this time it's demonic trapped to your stomach. Are there multiple entities? Yes. Are there legion? Yes. Okay, so there's a portal so there's a portal in your stomach of legions of entities that are coming into your stomach. Does she need to know the age? Yes. 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 5, age 6 again. So age 6, Veronica. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. So low self-esteem. Low self-esteem at age 6. So again, I want you to see your 6-year-old little self, and you are going to clear that low self-esteem, okay? She's 6 years old. She should have no low self-esteem. She's an innocent, perfect, pure little girl. Okay, you have to help her remember that. She has to see that and feel that from you. She has to feel safety from you. Yeah, yay, we've got to 100K. Thank you, Shelby. Thank you, everybody, so much. We hit our goal. So, Alicia, then I want you to Veronica. I command these legions of entities that are attached to my stomach to leave. In the name of Jesus, in the name of God, I command these to leave. I remove any tracers or trackers that have been inputted into my body. I become invisible to you. You can never see me. You can never find me in any timelines, any dimensions, in any space. And I fill that space with unconditional love. And then see your 6-year-old self happy and free and full of life. She's a child. Let her be a child. How do you do that? By telling her the truth. What did she need to hear? Okay, what were the lies, the distortion? Okay, good job. Does she need another key for her stomach? Nope. Does she need another key for her stomach? Nope. Okay, Veronica, that was it. How are you feeling? And then Charlene, if you are still watching, I want you to start intuitively testing. Yes, Veronica. I love Veronica. She is queen. She's like, I was able to get from a 6 to a 0 pain using the $27 guide. It is so good. Yeah, I use the keys every day. I'm never sick, never have anxiety, never had depression. How do you get your book in South Africa? So it's a digital download, so it will get sent right to your email. Okay, if you want to print out the free guide, you guys can print it. And then the Live Empowered course is online too. You can print out the workbook. But super powerful way to start the new year. If you want to hit your goals this year, you guys make sure you get my free guide. If you want to invest just a little bit more money, you'll get all the charts, all the guides on how to do what I'm doing. All the keys. All right, so let's tap in with Sabrina. 20 years of pain. She's the mouthy witch. You'd fit right in my group. I have lots of witchy friends. 20 years of pain, okay? So when someone has lots of pain, all over pain, I ask the body, what's the first key? Yes, you're welcome, Veronica. Oh, she said, thank you. Very connected. We'll be working on this if it comes. Yeah, and let me know, how's your pain level right now? So, thank you, Christy. I have permission to tap with Sabrina. Yes. Okay. What is the first key? Is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it spiritual? Is it generational? Oh, where's Kia at? The first key is past life. Yeah, thank you guys for sending everyone love. Past life. Is it the persecution's cross? Yes. I'm feeling great now. Yes, Veronica. Yes, Shelby. Shelby's like, she knew it. Persecution's cross. You were right. It is the persecution's cross. So that makes sense why your body's in complete pain, because it's pressure. It's pressure. It needs to clear. So sounds like you know exactly what I'm talking about, Sabrina. So I want you to see, oh, this is it, you guys, the phoenix rising. Oh, the phoenix rising through the ashes, okay? Stepping fully into your power. So how do you do this? I want you to call back all of your energy in all timelines, in all dimensions, in all space. All the fragmented pieces. Okay, every single lifetime that you were silenced for speaking truth and bringing heaven to earth. All the times you were silenced in this lifetime. All the trauma you experienced in this lifetime that was intentional for your purpose. Okay, you're calling all of your power back to you. And then you're going to say, I command this persecution's cross to leave my body now. And I fill this space with unconditional love. And I want you to literally see yourself as the phoenix rising through the ashes and stepping into this timeline that you're in now, fully in your purpose. Okay, you're being called to be fully seen and to be fully heard. Your voice carries codes. Okay, you are a literal gift. You are a literal gift. You guys, when I say these things, it doesn't mean that people are better, right? It is just people chose to live life, to go through these lessons because they volunteered to be a light. They volunteered to go through the most horrific, tremendous trials and tribulations, not because they are better, but because we have so much unconditional love for community, for our brothers, for our sisters. You guys, I don't see color, I don't see race, I don't see gender. I literally see my brothers and sisters, and most people, that's funny, I call myself the Phoenix, yeah. Most people who are called to do this work, we love unconditionally. We love unconditionally. And so we volunteered to come to break the patterns, to break the generational loops, to break the toxic cycles, to be the black sheep, right? So that we can bring light. And so this is what she's doing. So she's clearing that persecution's cross. Has that been cleared? Yes, 100%. Good job. Does she need another key? Ooh, does she need, I gotta know, Sabrina. So this is going to be a big one for you. Does she need lots of integration? So you're going to need lots of integration, lots of grounding, lots of grounding. Hug a tree. Hug lots of trees. Oh, mouthy witch. She says, and I have to, trauma after trauma, tears just pouring. Yeah. I feel you, queen. Every tear is a paycheck though, you guys. That's what my mentor Onami would say. She's like, every tear is a paycheck. Every trial and every trauma and every pain is energetically exchanged for the good. Hey, Tammy. I miss you, queen. It's good to see you. So, mouthy witch, Sabrina, when will she need to test again? 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 days, 1 week, and 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks is when you're being asked, your body is asking you to now start clearing things. But for the next 2 weeks, it is absolute integration of clearing this and stepping fully into your gift. Fully seen, fully heard. Hey, Tammy. So you guys, we did it. How many people did we get from a 10-10 pain to a 0 in literal minutes, right? These keys are powerful. I'm going to end with this. Thank you so much for following me. Thank you so much for sharing. The more people that we can awaken to teach truth, to share, like this is a community. So if you want to come into my community, I share as much as I can, and it's all truth. You are so welcome. So don't forget to follow me. Don't forget to share. Get the free guide and share it with everybody you know. Okay? And I will be on live tomorrow. I'm not sure what time tomorrow, to be honest, but I will be on. I do not come on Sundays. So here's my pitch. Get my free guide. Get my $27 while it's $27. Even if you don't and you get it when it's $47, that's okay. If you feel called to go deeper, I do have my spiritual mastery course. This is for the people who feel the call. It's like they know they're ready for more. We go into all the juicy things. The Enneagram, human design, right? We go into your spiritual name, your spiritual gifts. We talk about all the things. So I love you guys. Thank you so much, my queen Shelby, for modding tonight. I love you. You're amazing. I couldn't do it without you. I'm not sure, Veronica. And then Veronica, thank you so much for always sharing. I truly appreciate you and all that you guys do. Okay, love you guys. Good night. Sweet dreams. We'll see you tomorrow.